Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mel and we're going to be talking about my 2024 goals-ish today in this video. So for goals, every year I try to set like these quantifiable numbered goals, and every year I find myself just pretty much forgetting what I said I was going to do or what number it was, and just kind of rolling with the things that I more so just wanted to keep in the back of my mind for the next year. So this year I think we're going to just lean a little more into that. We're going to sit down, we're going to have a chat about some things that I want to make priorities for myself in 2024 regarding reading and channel and life. So these are goals, but not as much so numbered goals as they are just things I need to remind myself throughout the year. So grab your coffee and let's have a chat. 2023 was a really good year. I had a lot of fun this year. I met a lot of amazing people, but I will say that it was not the best year as far as reading goes. I didn't have as many 5 stars and loves. When I was going to make my best of 2023 list, it was a little hard for me to find 10 books, and I want to be the person that does give you guys critical reviews and uses my full like rating scale, but also enjoys things and has lots of books to choose from. So that is one thing that I'm going to be focusing on it in 2024, is allowing myself to critically read books and to give you guys my honest opinion and to think about things in a critical way, while also allowing myself to enjoy books that aren't perfect, because no book is perfect, and if I wanted every book to be perfect, nothing would get 5 stars. So I want to just allow myself to enjoy books even when I can find things wrong with them, because that doesn't make them a bad book, and I think that that's going to really allow me to have more enjoyment in my reading in 2024. With that being said, I also want to pick up what I want to read. So I did do a lot of reading for videos this year. This year was one of those where I really got into reading vlogs, and I love making reading vlogs. You guys will still absolutely be seeing those in 2024. I hope that you enjoy them as well. But in that same vein, I did a lot of reading to fit a theme, picking books to fit a theme rather than picking a theme to fit the books. And I want to allow myself to read books that I really want to read and create videos that go with those books that I want to read rather than the other way around. I think that this will really lend itself to the first goal, which is allowing myself to enjoy books, because if I'm picking up things that I'm excited about, then it goes better. Like I learned that when I was doing my last vlog that you guys saw. I picked up books that I was anticipated for, that I really wanted to read, and I got 2 4 stars out of that video. So that's definitely something that I want to lean into in 2024. With that being said, I do have 3 primary genres that I read that I am going to put my focus on. I'm not necessarily going to exclude any other genre, like I'll still be reading thrillers and things like that, but for the most part, you can expect to find fantasy, romantasy, and horror primarily on my channel. Not to say, again, that I'm not going to read other things, and I'm going to try to have a pretty healthy balance of all of that in my channel. I think that always fantasy first and foremost is going to be the front, the thing that you're going to see the most on my channel, because it's what I love to read. It is my roots, and I don't think that I'm ever going to shy away from that. But I also want to read more romantasy and indie fantasy and YA fantasy, because sometimes I'm finding that the YA romantasy is working for me again. I don't really know how that happened, but it is. And then obviously horror with the occasional thriller thrown in there as well. So just focusing on what I want to read, I guess, is my point. Not necessarily always mood reading, because I'm not a mood reader. I learned that pretty quickly last year, that I kind of need a direction to go in, but I want to allow myself to cultivate that direction based off of books that I'm excited and want to pick up. So maybe I need to do a mood reading / TBR video. I think that might be entertaining. As far as a numbered goal, like as far as how many books I want to read next year, this year I set my goal at 175. Like I really pushed it past what I normally read. Typically I do 156 books a year, which is 3 books a week, pretty standard with what I normally read. This year I think I'm going to set my Goodreads goal at 150 books, so bringing that down just a little bit and still reading a pretty solid amount of books, but not putting as much pressure on myself to get the numbers out there. Actually, I don't think I'm going to reach 175 this year, and I'm okay with that. Like, it's not about how many books I read. I want to start picking up quality over quantity and not being afraid to pick up those 800-page chunky books because that's what I'm in the mood for. Because what if I don't get all of the books read that I needed to get read? I'm going to focus on quality over quantity, so that is going to bring that numbered goal down a little bit. Probably should have brought it down even more than 150 for being completely honest, but I think that's going to be what I go with for the beginning of the year. I love the community aspect of BookTube. That is one thing that I do want to strive to be a little bit better at in 2024 is just being more involved in the community, getting out there, talking to friends, making new friends. Obviously, I have my like best friends on BookTube. Lexi and Cassidy have been like my ride or dies. I love them so much, and I cannot be more grateful that BookTube brought me two best friends, two people that I'm excited to go spend time with, two people that like I would want to come over for my 30th birthday and like celebrate those big milestones with me. But I do want to be more involved in just the community as a whole because there are some incredible people on BookTube that I really want to get to know and hang out with and do things with. So I'm wanting to focus on just trying to be as present as I can on BookTube next year. Now, with that being said, I work an 8 to 5 job that does require me sometimes to drive an hour to get there. So a lot of my day is spent at work. And while I wish that I had a job where I could just sit down, pop in an audiobook, go about my business, do my work, stop, talk when I want to talk, join reading sprints because I work from home, I don't have that type of job. I am a physician assistant. A lot of people know that. And so basically I am in and out of rooms all day with patients, and I'm not really able to be on my phone all the time. I miss so many notifications and come into the conversations half the time so late, and that stinks, but there's not much I can do about that. So I want to try to be as present in the community as I can while not driving myself crazy with notifications, because people make fun of me at how much notifications that I have on my phone. So I do think that I have a goal of trying to reduce that and reduce that stress and need to respond to everything in 2024. I want to just be nicer to me and allow myself to, if I didn't get to that notification when it was relevant, I don't have to like kill myself to go respond to every single thing, but I am going to be reading every single thing. I still want to be involved. It's okay if I'm at work and I'm busy and I don't get to something, I guess, but I also still really, really want to make sure that I am getting to everything. So that's kind of like a twofold goal that is very counterintuitive and counteractive of itself, but yeah, we're gonna go with it. So with that being said, book clubs. I have participated in a ton of book clubs this year. I'm actually going to be co-hosting Riveting Reads book club in January, and I want to be able to participate in the book clubs. I want to make sure that my reading is not so restrictive that I can't participate in the ones that I want to. And the same thing goes with readathons. However, I do want to be nicer to myself next year, and if I'm not able to get to a book club book, that is okay, as long as I am getting support out there for those creators and doing my best. Just doing my best is the goal for 2024. So I think that that's gonna like help with the stress of trying to be the perfect person at everything. It's okay if I'm not. And I hope that you guys are okay with that. I will be going hard in several readathons next year. Realmathon, obviously, Escape the Readathon, obviously, and I do want to go hard in a couple of others as well, but I just don't want to burn out. I feel like I did burn myself out a little bit last year. This series. So one thing that I do want to get better about that I say every single year, I always say it and I never do it, but I really want this year to be the year that I do it, is to be a little bit better about my series. I have a tendency to read the first book in a series, really love it, and then it doesn't really fit in with my content, and so I just don't read the rest of the series for, I don't know, forever. And what I'm finding is happening when I'm doing that is I'm not enjoying the series when I go to pick it back up. Either it's been too long and my tastes have changed, or it's been too long and I don't remember the first one as well, or it's been too long and I don't have that like emotional connection to the characters anymore. And so I'm finding myself not enjoying series that I should absolutely love because I'm not reading them close enough together to give them that full enjoyment. And now that's not going to be the case for every series because I may be reading new releases and the whole series is not out yet, but I do want to try to get better about continuing continuing sequels and picking up sequels to books that I absolutely loved, because some of my favorite books of the year this year are series that I allowed myself to read in a timely manner. So I definitely want to get better about that next year. I'm not going to be perfect at it because binging series is something that I do struggle with. I wish that I was a series binger, and I'm going to try it a couple of times in 2024 and see if it's something that I do like and I've just never taken the time to do. But a lot of times I will want to kind of read a couple of things and then I get not bored of it, but like I am in the mood for something different and so I want to pick something else up. But I do want to try to focus on continuing series in a more timely manner next year. I think one couple of the like channel goals that I wanted to mention to you guys, quantifiable numbers wise, we did have a reading goal. Let's have a channel goal. I think that I am going to set my channel goal at 7K. I hate like putting a hardcore number on subscriber count because subscriber count is not all that matters. But at the same time, subscriber count is what helps tell YouTube to get my channel out to more viewers, which then allows me to get to know you guys better and more people are coming on videos and I'm able to talk to more people and get to know more people and like really build that community. And that's one thing that I really want to have is a community of amazing readers. And I feel like this year we have all had this community built together and I want to continue that. And part of the way that I continue that is by growing my channel. And I'm going to be full disclosure, I do make money off of my YouTube channel. My goal at some point would be actually to be able to go down to 3 days a week at work and be able to do this as a part-time job because I love it. I love doing this. I love making videos. I love editing videos. I love reading. I love talking to you guys. Honestly, there's nothing about BookTube that I sit down and go, gosh, I wish I didn't have to do that because I love every bit of it and I want to be able to do it more, but the way that I do it more is by growing the channel and allowing it to flourish. So I think that my subscriber goal for next year, I think I'm going to say 7K. I think that that is my goal. I am at 4,500 right now, which I am absolutely blown away by. I think my goal last year was 5K and I got so close to that and I'm so very, very grateful for that. So I think next year is going to be 7K. If I can reach that, I will be absolutely thrilled. If I can't reach that, that's okay too. Like, that's fine. It's not like this hardcore goal that I'm going to be so upset if I don't reach, but that is kind of in the back of my mind what I'm aiming for. And as far as content and what kind of content I'm going to be making in 2024, this year I did lean into the super long reading vlogs and did not do as much sit down content. I think next year my goal is to try to incorporate everything a little bit more. I want to bring you guys some long vlogs, but maybe not every vlog. I want to allow myself to do some more like 30 to 40 minute vlogs, kind of that sweet spot where we're able to sit down and watch them at dinner and we're able to just kind of hang out while you're doing some other things. So that is something that I want to lean into as far as a vlog goes. I do want to incorporate themed reading vlogs because I know you guys really enjoy that and I enjoy those as well. But in the same vein to being nicer to myself and picking up things that I want to read, you guys may see some weekly style reading vlogs as well where I read a bunch of books that I'm really excited about and have been wanting to pick up. Also, I want to try to get out 3 reading vlogs a week. Reading vlogs do take time, and we talked about that job that takes away some of my time. So instead of trying to get out a reading vlog once a week, which I did last year, I think I'm going to go down to trying to, at bare minimum, get out 2, with my goal being 3 reading vlogs a week. That's what I'm hoping to do. I also want to bring you guys more like recommendation videos. I do want to, I think, bring wrap-ups. Now, whether or not that stays remains to be determined on if I can find a way to film them that I enjoy. But if I'm not doing as many reading vlogs and I'm reading things that aren't in reading vlogs, I want to make sure that I'm showcasing those books too. So I think that wrap-ups in some shape, form, or fashion are going to be coming back next year. TBRs I will absolutely still be doing. I think as far as my TBR game goes, I want to change that around just a little bit. Not in that I want to get rid of it, but I will say that sometimes it is so much fun. It gives me the direction that I need to get my reading in. We talked about it. I'm a TBR reader, but sometimes I also find it to be a little bit restrictive and I find myself looking at it and going, I'm not going to read that this month. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I played around with maybe playing the TBR game every other month, but that doesn't seem like enough. So I don't know if maybe I'll play it most months and then like every 3rd month, take a little bit of a break from it and just mood read that month. I haven't fully decided what I want to do. in regards to that, I guess what I'm saying is it will not be going away, but I may be scaling back just a little bit, and maybe in the months that I am not playing the game, I may do a readathon for it on my Patreon, because I know that they really enjoy being able to read and roll as they go too. So one of those two things is going to happen. Both of those things are going to happen. I don't really know, but that's kind of my working thought on the TBR game. I haven't fully fleshed that one out yet. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know down in the comments. And I think that those are all of my goals. I think that that is everything that I want to keep in mind in 2024. Like I said, I just want to enjoy my year. I want to enjoy the community. I want to enjoy reading. I don't ever want to lose me saying I love everything about this. So that is definitely what I'm going to keep in mind next year. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. As always, I appreciate you so much. There will be more end of the year content to come. We'll be doing my 2023 reading stats, and we will also be doing my best and worst of the year. So stay tuned for all of that, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss anything. If you just want to let me know that you were here and hanging out, leave me some kind of goal-based emoji. Leave me a pencil, leave me a writing pad, leave me a computer, something like that in the comments below. As always, links to my Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads are all in the description box below. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!